All right, Mike, I wanted to give you a kind of walk through the equipment rack. Um, I've got it all modeled out, got drawings for everything. I didn't have the bud rail in a 70-inch long, which is what we need on this chamber. So I've requested that from Bud Industries. I did that yesterday afternoon. So hopefully they'll send that to me tomorrow. That's the only thing I wanted to confirm before releasing drawings, just to make sure that our little cross section here, these little cross section pieces line up correctly with that bud, with the 70-inch long bud rail here in the front. So once they have that step file sent to me, I'll plug that in. I think we're good, but I just want to confirm that, so you're not having to modify that bud rail. So looking at what we've got here, here's the front side. The bud rails will go here straight top to bottom. I went ahead, so usually when our equipment rack was a solid area, I just did 3 of these cross sections and attach. Since we have the 2 separate areas divided up here, I did 2 on top and 2 on bottom. That way you've got your single long bud rail that goes up here, which has enough space here between the edges. I plugged in an old model to confirm that. But then you've also got 2 cross sections here, so that if you need to put in a shorter piece of bud rail here for, say, your electrical enclosure, then you can do that. And if you need to put in a shorter bud rail here for, say, the backside of like the power supply braces, if you need to use those, then you can put them down here as well. I couldn't do the long one because we've got this middle piece in here separating the 2 areas out. So in that, if you go around here to the back side, you've got 2 doors on the back side, one with fans on the bottom, one without any fans on the top. Technically, I guess we could do the fans on both the top and bottom and just use the wire guard assemblies up here. My only concern there was if we have the electrical box in there and we're trying to stab through the wall with the switch, the rotary handle, that we might have interference with one of the fan cutouts. So I just removed the fan cutouts up here. Got a side door over here. I left the door off this side because it would be matching up to the chamber, but we do have the mounting holes here for a door should we need to put one on that side. On this bottom piece here, I mirrored exactly what is on the bottom of the chamber, except they had a full piece of channel here, which I couldn't figure out how they actually got to the bottom of their casters in order to attach the nuts on the backside. So I did 4 smaller ones here so that you can still get to the nuts on the backside of the bolts when you put those casters on. This middle piece here, it welds into place with a spot weld here, a spot weld on the frame there, a spot weld on the frame here, and some spot welds here, as well as some chamfers they can put in. Same thing on both sides, but that just gives you an interior separation between the 2 areas. It lines up with the top edge of this divider piece here. So let me see if I can get this to disappear real quick. If I hide this component here, well, you can't really tell because that's, well, let me pull that out as well. There you go. You end up just having a flat top shelf in here, separating the 2 areas out. I wanted to be as precise with that as I could as far as separating them out. So the standard, the semi standard, whatever that number is, assume that way your electricals up here are properly isolated should you want this door to be able to open up and still have this door closed and the chamber running so they can access the PC. Only other thing we need to determine, and I can, once those bud rails, once I confirm those that a 70-inch long bud rail, that the holes are properly aligned here with this spacing, I can go ahead and release all the drawings to you to start this build. The only other thing we need to identify is what's going on this front panel. I'm assuming a monitor. I know we're not going to be putting a computer, but a monitor, a keyboard, a UPS, and then a couple of power supplies. I don't know if those are 1U power supplies, how you want to, so if you can just let me know that, and I'll send you that in an email as well. And I'll also send you some screenshots of this so you can take a peek at it. But like I said, the modeling is done. The drawings are done. All I need to do is spit out some step files and convert the drawings over to PDFs. But I just want to make sure that these are properly set up for those bud rails first. So let me know if you have any questions.